Hey folks, welcome back to the Final Family Podcast, where we talk about this week's nerdiest news. I'm Matt Castle.
And I'm Jessica Castle.
This week we're going to be delving into a little bit of what the fuck.
Yeah.
Because, what the fuck? And I guess we'll just start with at least it's a space what the fuck.
There we go.
Han Solo has a wife that is not Princess Leia.
Yeah.
Also, I thought, interestingly, she ain't white.
Yeah, thought that was interesting.
It's
diversity.
It's
They're
diversity.
Adding diversity.
They're adding, I think that, other than Lando.
Yeah. So to back up and preface, when Disney bought the Star Wars IP,
go ahead and switch up here.
They basically said that all of the novels, all the comic
universe.
books, everything, none of that matters anymore. It's just the movies.
None of it's canon.
The movies,
and
the
basically
cartoons.
anything that's been on screen is the only thing that matters.
But they have said that this new Star Wars comic, which just put out issue number 6, that it is actually canon.
And I believe they've got several, not tributaries, but sub-books where it's like Princess Leia and Vader, and I think those are supposed to be canon too. They're in the same vein.
Okay.
And they came out at the same time.
Okay.
So I believe they're... I would assume. I feel like that's a safe assumption.
But the internet was like, because issue number 6 ended with, the
discovery of Han Solo's wife. And you can't see it in our little screen capture here because it wouldn't fit on the screen and do the drawing justice. But Han is face palming. Yeah, he's got a big fuck.
So everyone's freaking out because that makes Han a cheater and this, that, and the. And I'm thinking Han is a scoundrel, but they're not going to turn him. They're not going to turn Han into a douchebag.
Yeah, because he's a hero. He's already proven to be a hero at this point.
So I'm thinking it's going to be like they've been separated for years.
Yeah, or that's his ex-wife, and she's just
his ex-wife.
Because let's be real, any person that Han Solo knows is probably going to fuck with him if he sees him with a woman, or if she sees him with a woman.
Or they're separated and she's trying to kill him because she certainly looks like she might kill him.
Yeah, she's got a gun pointing at something.
So I really, and I think part of this is coming from people who are unfamiliar with comics, because every comic ends on a cliffhanger. That's the nature of comics.
Well,
so everyone's trying to read these deeper meanings into and I'm like, it's one page that we've it's one page.
My understanding is that this whole plot actually takes place between Empire and Return.
Yes.
Which I kind of feel like is an odd place to put a series of comic books.
A little bit,
I don't really care about what happened to the movies we've had for 30 years. You know what I mean?
I think it's probably just to flesh out.
I don't not care, but at the same time, I am more interested in
I think
what the hell is going on between the sets of movies.
But I think the thing is, they know the comic books are not going to reach a huge audience. Yeah. So you don't want to do anything...
just extra filler canon-y things.
Yeah. You don't want to do anything too game-changing.
Well, I think it's interesting.
This is a period of time that could use some fleshing out and would still be interesting. But you're not going to have big game-changing...
Well, one of the things I think is actually interesting is I've been reading the novels, right? I've been reading, what was it? A New Dawn I finished. It was quite good. I mean, it was good, in a very, miscellaneous...
popcorn reading.
Yeah. Pop, easy, beach reading.
To explain that, when I used to teach, I used to tell my students that there were steak books and popcorn books. And steak books are the ones that make you think and make you,
1984, Fahrenheit 451, Animal Farm.
Think about your world and think about human beings as individuals in a group. And then there are popcorn books that are just fun to read.
The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. No, not Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, no, Lord of the Rings is...
Lord of the Rings isn't
just kind of...
It is not a fun, easy read for me.
No.
Hobbit is.
It's a worthwhile read.
Yeah.
I will say Lord of the Rings is at least worthwhile to read one time.
Yeah, it's a one-time book for me.
The Hobbit is wonderful. I can't wait to read the kids The Hobbit. It's going to be fun. Anyway, I think it's interesting that the books are actually set before the trilogy. Yeah. They're set between the prequel trilogy that we're going to pretend didn't happen and the original trilogy. Yeah. And I feel like that's a really good space to flesh out. Like, I want to know how the rebellion started. Yeah. Like, I feel like it's good timing too, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I want to know how this rebellion started, and we're going to get a set of movies about basically how it wins, right? Yeah. Like, I mean, well, not how it wins, but how it starts to rebuild society. How it becomes not a rebellion and turns into the government. Yeah. And I think it's an interesting thing. Yeah. Like, that kind of makes me wonder why they're not choosing that other gap. You know what I'm saying?
Because
there is apparently I think it's supposed to be in November that it comes out, or maybe it's September. It's just before the new movie comes out. They're going to have Star Wars Aftermath, which is directly after Return of the Jedi. Yeah. So I don't know. I assume it's going to give at least some setup, probably not a ton of setup.
Yeah. I think what it is people want a comic book with Han and Leia and Luke. Yeah. You know, they want the cast from the original trilogy in comic book form. So this is a way to do it and not...
Right. Well, and it's also a fresh start and that kind of stuff. And, and it's totally drawn me in. Like, I'm ready to go, buy up these books too. Yeah. I also very much enjoy the artwork, actually. I think she's, this particular shot is extremely well drawn. Granted, this is a splash page. They're always pretty much well drawn. But overall, I've seen a number of sample pages on Comixology or whatever, and it looks like it's good. It looks good. It looks consistent, which is a thing for me.
Yeah, definitely is.
So what the fuck, hon? Where you at, bro? Like, you're supposed to be telling people about marriages and things.
Well, when there's I'll forgive him for not bringing out the wife, ex-wife, whatever situation this is, when she's still calling him, a dirty nerf herder, and
it's true enough.
Well,
no, they kiss in Empire
because he's gonna go.
I guess. Okay.
We might die and not see each other.
I guess it's a contentious relationship in Empire, and it's kind of more substantially solidified in Return.
Yeah. So they have a heart-to-heart. They have,
But wait a second. He's frozen carbonite between Empire and Return the whole time. How does this work?
I don't
know.
We
must be wrong about something.
We must be wrong at the time.
Anyway,
the timeline.
Yes, we must be wrong about something.
Anyway.
So moving on, dear, would you like to intro this next one? I know you're very excited.
This is the official trailer for The Martian, which comes out, I want to say this fall. But the trailer just said coming soon, so I don't know if they're still moving the date around. If you have not read The Martian, please read The Martian. It is awesome. I'm really excited because this trailer feels like the book. It very much has, it's basically quoting the book. Yeah. The entire thing.
And while I do have it playing, I don't have the audio. I encourage everyone to go.
Yes, please go.
At least listen to it.
Yeah, because the thing about this book is, the plot line of this book could be very depressed because thumbnail synopsis, dude gets left behind on Mars.
Well, I mean, okay, you're giving a fair synopsis of what the hell they're giving in the thing.
Okay, you can figure it out from the video.
Well, from the trailer, he's clearly left behind.
He's left behind on Mars, and so he's trying to figure out a way to survive. That is pretty depressing.
Yeah. Even in his best case scenario, he's got to wait 4 or 5 years on a planet that won't grow food.
And he's got to figure out a way to do that, or figure out the least painful way to die. Like, those are kind of his two options. This could be a very depressing book, but instead it is filled with humor.
Yeah.
And, like,
just kind of a snarky, dark kind of thing. Which I'm completely down for. Like, this is probably going to be my next read.
The beginning of the book, the opening lines of the book, are like, and I'm paraphrasing, are, well, I'm fucked. I'm really, really fucked. You know, and it's just, he's a hilarious character, and the way it's written, it is obviously science fiction, because we are not to manned, Mars missions and that kind of stuff. And,
but it's a hell of a lot nearer future than
it feels
a lot,
very near future. It feels very grounded in a way that, a lot of science fiction does not necessarily feel grounded.
Definitely. And if you're gonna pick one actor to carry a fucking movie through, Matt Damon's pretty great. Like, he's a good actor, man.
He's great casting because he does humor and drama very well, and he also, the Bourne movies show that he can do action.
He's very physical.
Because there's a lot of physical things. Astronauts are physical. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
I feel like the Bourne stuff shows him on a very emotional level too. I think, frankly, Bourne is the better Bond at this point.
Yeah. Well,
at this current stage of Bond,
it started out. It's kind last movie was not.
You just
so
need
hot.
to get Matt Damon to keep doing it.
Get
Matt Damon, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. What's that sketch? Goodwill hunting season or something.
Yeah, it's hunting season. Yeah. But very excited for this movie. Definitely going to be one that we get a babysitter and go see in the theaters on the biggest screen possible.
Mom's already talking about taking the kids on Sunday. You know what that means. I've already looked for tickets for Jurassic World on IMAX.
Ooh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Jurassic World, bitches.
But gosh. Go read the book, find a copy at your library. It's been out for a while, so there's numerous copies out there.
Yeah.
Excellent book. Looks like it's going to be an excellent movie.
As soon as I finish reading Tarkin, I think that will be my thing I read, so I don't have to finish the depressing fucking Game of Thrones books at this point. Yeah. So it is what it is, I suppose. Well, yeah, I'm excited for that movie too.
Yeah.
I'm actually more excited to read the book because you raved about the book.
Yeah.
So we figured since summer is going to be kind of slim pickings for TV, especially after next week's finale of Game of Thrones, I think all we'll have to talk about is Wayward Pines at this point.
For just another
4 or 5 more episodes of that too, which might get us. I think will get us through to Star Wars. Rebels.
Yeah.
Anyway, at any given moment, we're only going to have like one show. So we decided what we were going to do, or rather I, alone by myself today, because I was reading the strange news from the AP and it made me laugh, decided we were going to read some strange news from the AP. If you don't know what that is, it's the weird-ass stories that the Associated Press puts out on a daily basis, and it's like reading what the fuck and face palming yourself just like for 10 minutes. It's kind of great. So the story, let me pull it up, and I'm just gonna read like the first paragraph here. Okay. A man who served time for robbing a shoe store is now headed back to prison for another robbery at the same New Jersey store as the same clerk was behind the counter.
Yes.
So not only did he rob the same store
a day after he was released,
literally robbed the same exact fucking person.
Yes.
So either this man has a vendetta against this shoe store,
I think,
or against this person. I don't know.
There's got to be something personal. I feel like there is an untold story behind this, because
my understanding is that it was a stride rite, so it's a children's shoe store. Like, what the who? why are you going to rob this stride right? Like,
hey, their shoes are expensive.
Their shoes are expensive as shit. So,
but yeah, I feel like there's more to this story because this just
it's gotta be. I desperately hope there is.
It's too weird.
Also, like, how bad at being a crook do you have to be to try and rob the same exact place and fail again? I guess he didn't fail because apparently he got away.
No, the clerk just called the cops and was like, dude.
It was that dude again.
Yeah, dude robbed me again. Like,
apparently he got away with $389
and their cell phone.
Fled on foot with the employee's cell phone.
Yeah. So the clerk was just.
Oh, the clerk had been notified of the dude's release.
See, and I'm telling you, there is more behind this story because they don't just call random people and be like, "Hey, the dude that robbed you 15 years ago."
Well, I mean, no, they do that when you identify him and put him in jail. Yeah.
Okay.
But like.
Yeah. There's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a toss up between this story and a guy who got caught breaking and entering while baking a potato and raking the person's yard whose house he broke in.
So he's doing housework.
He's doing housework and cooking in the house that he broke into. And the person came home and said, "Someone's been eating out of my bowl."
Basically, yeah.
I'm sure there was like a really weird look. Like he drives up and dude is like raking grass in the front yard, and he's like, "What the fuck?" I mean, you missed a spot over there, but like, what the fuck? What's wrong with you? I'm gonna call the cops now. Like, I love the strangeness from the AP. It makes me happy. Well, actually, stupid people frustrate me. Stupid people not in my space makes me laugh.
Stupid people getting caught and being sent to jail.
It's good. It's always good. Less stupid people for me to have to hate.
Okay. Speaking of people we love to hate,
Game of Thrones. Finally, we've had a second good scene in this whole season.
We have.
All right, we should hit the high points. So I guess the first high point is Stannis is a horrible father.
Yeah.
Yeah. Worst fucking father.
Yeah.
Maybe ever. Like, I thought Tywin could not be beat.
I think he's officially been beat as the worst father in the series.
Super bad. Holy shit.
Sure Stannis just took the cake.
If you haven't watched Game of Thrones this week,
spoiler,
you should watch it because we're going to spoil it like we do every single week.
The internet already spoiled it.
The internet,
the internet. We're going to talk.
You got to give us a day, man. Like, something.
It's not even just a day. It's just like the headlines of like major news things were hinty enough that if you're not a moron, you're going to figure it out.
Sometimes I wish I was a moron. Maybe I am a moron.
IO9 did a very good job of, not giving anything away, but I can't. There were a couple of other newsy entertainment organizations.
All the things I saw were memes, and it was like.
Well, memes are gonna give stuff away.
It was shit like we should burn Stannis. And then having him so long story short, Stannis does burn his daughter because he's a fucking douche nugget.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't understand. I feel like they've built him in this season. I feel like they've built him as a character that would not burn his daughter. If they had burned his daughter in the first episode before all of the episodes where he's like heartwarmingly loving his daughter and hugging her and giving her smooches on the forehead and shit,
I feel
and like boosting her emotionally, like I feel like that it goes against the writing they've done all season.
I feel like they were trying to make the scene more poignant, because we know that he loves her. But the thing is, like,
I can't do that in 3 episodes, dude.
As a viewer, if I'm really going to believe that Stannis loves his daughter and this is a hard decision for him, we need more than one scene of him thinking it over.
Yeah.
This this plan about burning her should have been dropped at the beginning of the season and have him mull it over this entire season before he comes to this decision. But to just, oh, well, they killed all the horses and we can't retreat and we can't, it was one scene and...
I know what they did.
What?
They employed M. Night Shyamalan. They were like, we're going to have a fucking twist ending.
It's a twist.
And we need M. Night Shyamalan to be, give it the whole holiest fuckest twist ever that doesn't make any sense.
I feel like, once again, almost all the faults of this season can be laid to pacing.
And I think a turn in characterization as well, right? Like they are building in one direction, and then they're clearly trying to have a what the fuck moment in an episode. But it's not super. It's only what the fuck because they've built the character in such an opposite way as to what happens at that time.
Is, that's kind of what the show and the books are built upon early in the game. We have Ned's beheading, which I will state,
I would say
you kind of have to be dumb not to see it coming. Just gonna put it out there.
I think most of the what the fuck happens is very plain to see if you're paying attention.
The Red Wedding is shocking. Oberon's death is shocking.
Right.
So we've had all these big...
But those things aren't out of character.
No, they aren't.
Walder Frey is a douchebag, and he's been, hurt, and so he's going to do whatever he's going to do. Oberon is a cocky fucker, and he's going to get killed because he's cocky, and he dies because of it. These characterizations all make sense.
Yeah, and I think that's why those were more visceral reactions from... This just is like, well, Stannis is a fucking asshole. We're not seeing reaction videos.
I don't know anybody who likes Stannis. Who likes Stannis
Nobody
anyway.
Likes Stannis.
Like Stannis, worst king ever. Fuck him.
Last episodes, the walkers and the whites and all that kind of stuff. That was a very, everyone was talking about that. The day after, and everyone was you have to watch this, Right. No one is really talking about this episode with the same amount of energy.
Yeah, it's not energy. It's it's like a weird disappointment almost. Yeah. And we saw it was coming. We now know he's that weak. Fuck him.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just, it's very blah.
Because, if written differently, I can see Stannis making that decision because he's willing to kill his brother.
Like I said,
for the throne. He's
in the first part of the season.
Yeah,
I buy it. It. Full buy it. But those touching moments where they're trying to build that relationship, it's not making it a tough decision when he does do it. It's just now it seems like he's just realizing he should be a good dad.
Yeah.
As well as be a good king.
Yeah.
And then he says, fuck that fatherhood shit. That's not for me anyway.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. And then the mother, whose name I don't remember because I don't even know if she has one in the show.
She has one.
Breaks down, which is completely out of character for her too. I guess I can see it because at some point you're faced with some horribleness and you can't handle that shit.
Yeah.
I get it.
I had less of a problem with her breaking down.
Definitely less. But it's still, it's still somewhat out of character. I would have been much more satisfied with the scene if Stannis had started having second thoughts and panicked, or
even if we had this stereotypical single man tier, something.
Well, and then have the Queen's men or whatever that are much more loyal to her, Melisandre than to Stannis. Yeah. Have them hold him back. That would have been a much more powerful scene. I feel like, and I'm an awful writer.
But see that
I don't know.
That would be even worse characterization. Because if you're going to make the decision to burn your daughter, you better stand by that decision.
I suppose. Because he's got to be a strong king, right? He's already made the bad decision. Now he's got to stick with it. I guess that would be a bad characterization, too. I think I'd be less pissed about it for all. Yeah.
I don't know. I really feel
I didn't dig it.
I could have bought it if we had had more episodes for him to mull this decision over.
Yeah.
And
they should have introduced this idea.
They should have introduced
much
this
earlier.
idea. They should have showed the soldiers starving longer than the 45-second scene.
The one time they should have paced something out slower, and they didn't.
Yeah.
Like, just...
Yeah.
It seemed like such a quick fix thing for him. Like, I'm going to use this Band-Aid now, even though it's only a, paper cut.
Yeah. We had our first interesting Dorne scenes. They could have cut some of the early Dorne stuff.
Yeah.
And put Stannis in
there.
So,
yeah, like, Jaime gets Bronn out of jail. Bronn gets decked for
punching the prince.
Like, it was an overall pretty
I think
pleasant little exchange there, actually.
And
it was actually filmed with a good pace. There was a lot of quick dialogue, and a lot of, that camera work was much more rapid than it had been recently. And I mean, it was overall a good couple scenes, actually.
Yeah. And I feel like this would have been a better grounding because, like, up until this point, I don't know, like, the politics in Dorne have just felt very hand wavy.
Yeah, well, like,
and this kind of nailed down, what the prince is really thinking to
well, I feel like that's actually pretty true to the novels. I feel like it's very hand wavy because most of the Dorne stuff is actually from the Sand Snake. Is from the Sand Snake and or the Guard.
Yeah,
who true. I kind of wish they'd, actually, like, given his name more prominently, because I can't remember what it is, but I actually liked him as a character. I liked him more than I like the Sand Snakes.
But like, he's like, I broke my vows and had sex with this woman, and I'm gonna cry about it now.
No, I mean the big guard with the spear, not the white cloak.
Not the white cloak.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not the King's Guard.
He has chapters?
Yeah. He's like the first character that you read at.
I've blocked most of Dorne from my mind because...
Yeah. I liked him.
Dorne
I thought
and
he was
the Pirates
interesting.
I blocked.
I thought he was interesting.
Yeah.
Just him, though. He's the one that goes and, like, leads the group that finds the Sand Snakes in the books and, like, brings them back and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, I liked him.
And then the big scene that...
Oh, wait. I think, like, we're forgetting something.
There was the burning dragon.
The dragon. But there was something else, wasn't there? We literally just watched this 10 minutes ago.
John brought the wildlings back.
John brings the wildlings back. I thought that was good. I really, I felt like Alistair Thorne actually shows him, a small amount of respect in opening the door, and, he pays him a backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
You've got a big heart that's going to kill us all.
Yeah.
Probably true.
Yeah.
But Alistair is listening to Jon Snow, which is the important part.
Yeah, if nothing else, he respects the brotherhood of of the Night's Watch, and he's like, well, he's my Lord Commander. I don't like him. I don't agree with him, but I got to do what he says.
Right.
He respects the position, if nothing else.
And then there were dragons.
And then Dragon. Which I thought they filmed the scene very well.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't really
it was
sure.
tense. So they're at the games or whatever, and Jorah shows up. Obviously, we all knew he was going to show up after the end of the last episode. And then when he wins, he flings a spear towards Daenerys.
Yeah. And for a split second, I was like, what did they make Jorah do?
Oh, I was like, he's going to kill the I thought he killed the husband, straight up. Thought he did it.
Yeah.
And, then he spears the damn harpy, one of the sons of the harpy. And fucking all hell breaks loose.
And I think that was a very good choice for the showrunners.
Yeah.
To bring in these extra characters the book readers had... they very easily could have killed off Jorah. I think it would be disastrous for them, but in theory, they could have killed off Tyrion. I didn't really feel questionable about Tyrion.
I feel like he would have been a good prize to keep, because everybody knows that Cersei wants him still.
Yeah.
And nobody knows that she's in jail.
Yeah.
But they make it out to the middle of the arena trying to escape, and then they are completely surrounded by Sons of the Harpy, and there's this moment and we watched the little after cut, and the director and the producers and stuff.
I need to stop watching those, because those
she's having a moment of peace, trying to, die peacefully, and I'm like, no, she's psychically, telepathically calling the fucking dragon, and she fucking wins the day. That's exactly what the fuck happened. Like, she sits there, she clearly is concentrating for a second. I don't think, it must be the producers, because producers, like, they know. No,
I think they've
was it the director and the writer?
It's been off, and it's the showrunners.
But like, I feel like that's not at all what they filmed. Maybe they said these things long after they actually did the filming, and don't remember
or something.
But it felt much more like I'm concentrating and calling out for help kind of thing. Like, like, and Drogon shows up and fucking
eats everybody and burns them
like we have a Jurassic Park moment, he fucking picks up a dude and flings him in half, just like, because he's a Tyrannosaurus Rex with wings. And it's epic as shit. Like, it's fucking it's like the best scene in the entire season. Like,
it was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Like, I slogged through 40 minutes of bullshit to watch 20 minutes of a dragon destroying things.
Basically.
And like Dany crawling up on his back and fucking like riding out. It was a really tense moment when he's like roaring in her face and shit. Oh, it was really good. I really enjoyed it very much.
It was very good.
What the fuck? Is that the end of Dany for this season? Probably. Like, I
can't imagine though.
Well, I mean, the previews show at least Tyrion and Jorah and mercenary guy whose name I can't remember.
They're gonna have to show some of the aftermath.
Yeah, like, they're clearly trying to figure out what the fuck is going on now. I assume
who is gonna rule this city now.
Well, I think Dany is gonna come back at the end of the episode. Right, to free the other dragons. I think that'll be like the finale shot, right? Free the other dragons, and maybe move on from Marine. Because I feel like her story has gotten super stagnant there.
Very stagnant.
And this is like, she's finally acquiescing to their desires, and they still fucking kill everybody. Like, at that point, at some point, you just have to know when to get the fuck out, right? Like, you have to get out at some point. You can't force something on people that take all the freedmen with you, like, if they can come, or give them the option, obviously, because they're free. But I thought it was really good. Speaking of giant Tyrannosaurus Rexes, we've been watching Wayward Pines, which to me feels like some kind of weird mix between Silent Hill and Jurassic Park.
So it's mostly the wall.
It's the wall, but I've still taken it to calling it Jurassic Hills. Which I think is still a pretty apt name at this point.
Like, there have been a lot of people referencing Twin Peaks. Sorry, I lost the name of the show.
Okay.
Twin Peaks. But
I've never watched that. I don't know.
See that? It's weird. It's real. I
know it's supposed to be like super weird, like, but not like, I don't know. I feel like this is like a creepy weird, where that was like a weird campy weird. Like, I don't know. I just get this huge like Silent Hill vibe, and I'm sure I'm supposed to, like, at this point.
Well, it's apparently based on some novels. So
this is where I was like, and then that were also Silent Hill was also based on.
But
I keep waiting to hear that it's an old coal town.
And the ground underneath is on fire,
and they actually belong to a cult.
And air raid sirens.
As soon as I hear an air raid siren, that's going to be it. I'll know I'm right. Silent Hill is a miniseries. I'd take it.
I have to say, it definitely has me hooked. I was very kind of like, I don't know,
I'm not
going into
overly fond of the actor. I don't remember his name now, honestly.
Dillon.
Is it Matt Dillon?
Matt Dillon.
Dillon. I don't think he's a particularly good actor.
I'm not a big fan of him. But all the side action.
But when you need this person to look beat up, like Matt Dillon's your dude.
Yeah. When you just want him to scowl and look beat to crap.
Yeah, like if you want somebody to look like shit and they've been hung over for a while, Matt Dillon is your man.
Yeah. But it really has me kind of hooked. We're 4 episodes in.
The previous episode basically. All this crazy Silent Hilly weird you can't leave now that you're here type shit has been happening. And if you don't know what Silent Hill is, I'm sorry, we're not going to explain what Silent Hill is. You need to go educate yourself because it's a beautiful
Hill 2,
thing.
Silent Hill 3, best ones in the series.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, horrible thing.
Yes.
Beware the Pyramid Head. I'm telling you, there's a dude with a giant sword and a fucking apron wandering around that town. We just haven't seen him yet.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, like all this weird, and the sheriff is being like a dick and like kind of semi-stalking his family and full-on stalking his family by the end, and so the sheriff gets killed. And I said it as soon as I saw it. I was like, that makes him the new sheriff. Yep, that's it.
Yep.
Done.
And sure enough,
hi sheriff, how are you doing? No. Now our main Secret Service guy is the sheriff, and everyone's pretending like he's always been the sheriff and that he didn't like explode a dude's brains with a
they're
Glock.
Not. They're not pretending he's always been sheriff. Just the
whatever.
The
other sheriff retired via bullet
unexpectedly. But what I have to say, what really gets me about this show is I love all the side character actors because it's filled with people that you've seen in other movies before, and
it's that person from everything,
and they're all like they're all nailing these really bizarre, weird, they have to like nail this like weird Pleasantville type vibe they got going with also a sinister edge,
with a sinister edge, and it's really working out at the moment. You
better accept this cup of coffee or you might get your throat slit in town square tonight.
Because that's what happens if you don't obey the rules.
There's a reckoning.
Yeah, the reckoning.
But it's a really
surprisingly good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm still waiting for the other boot to drop. Shyamalan's gonna Shyamalan it up.
Well,
I'm never anything of that, man.
My hope is, since it's based on novels and since he's not actually writing it, he's just producing it.
He's the executive producer, so maybe he's a little bit farther away.
Then this time. I am hoping that, and according to,
I kind of hope they don't pick it up. Honestly, I hope it stays 10 episodes and that's it.
That is the entire plan. That is the entirety of the plan. They are apparently covering all 3 novels in these 10 episodes.
Really? Are they short? Are they like novellas?
That's my guess, is that they're, like 200 pages long or something.
Because they're not really moving the plot along at a rapid pace at all.
They're going to wrap up the first book this next episode.
But that's halfway through this series. Like, how are you going to fit 2 more books in there?
My guess is they're just cutting side plot lines and that kind of
stuff.
Like,
I feel like him becoming sheriff was probably the end of a book, or damn near the end of a book.
Yeah, very close. Yeah. But where was I going on this?
I don't know.
You messed up my train of thought.
Welcome to marriage.
But anyway, now I remember. From the like non-spoilery, comments of the book readers, which they've all been very nice about not spoiling on the stuff I've read. There apparently is an explanation, and there is, so it's not. I
kind of hope there is.
We're not, unless they do something crazy.
Yeah.
There is an explanation, and it's apparently a fairly satisfying one. Like, there are people who've read these books that really enjoy them.
Sure.
So,
if there wasn't, then it wouldn't be
then they wouldn't have, opted the script. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to the next 6 episodes. 6?
I think so,
it's 6 more episodes.
So
I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm not gonna lie. I saw M. Night Shyamalan. I was like, this is gonna be bullshit.
I had to talk you into this one a lot.
At very least, it's gonna be like, pretty decent for the first quarter.
Yeah. The first 2/3.
And then you get vaguely into like, what? That doesn't... This is...
The trees
this is stupid.
The trees did it.
Okay, anyway. So, watch it. It's on Hulu. Like, I think actually all 4 episodes are on Hulu still.
Yeah.
You might have to have Hulu Plus. I don't know. It's airing on Thursdays?
It's airing on Thursdays on Fox.
Yeah. It's pretty great so far, actually. It's been some pretty good summer TV, actually.
Yeah, it really has.
Which there's not... And, us living in the golden age of TV... hasn't really done a hell of a lot for the summertime watching.
Yeah, people. Yeah, they still take the summers off.
But overall, I'm very pleased with this so far. Like,
I am too.
And again, I just feel like I'm not sure if it's like I had such low expectations, so therefore it's good.
Well,
that happens so much for me.
I think I had higher expectations than you, and I'm still enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm
still very much enjoying it.
All right. So on to the news that everybody has been talking about this week.
Or at least all the gamers.
All the people that are important have been talking about this week is Fallout 4. I've been a bad nerd. I've never played any of the Fallout games before.
Well, no. You played that one because I watched you, and then you...
I didn't play it. I didn't even get out of the vault. So I have played the first hour-ish of Fallout 3.
Wasn't it Fallout where you stole from the wrong person and then everyone beat the crap out of you?
I stole something in Megaton and from the guy in the bar or whatever, and
you made everyone your enemy.
Yeah. In this playthrough, I've inadvertently got the sheriff shot in the face and became the new sheriff.
Well, that's exciting.
Which I'm wondering, does that now let me steal from people? I feel like it should. I'm the sheriff. I should at least be able to steal from the sheriff's house without repercussions.
I feel like you should not steal.
So, I guess we'll see.
Yeah. I have to say, as someone who knows, nothing about the series other than...
Both of us know fuck all about the series.
It's a nuclear wasteland. I know that much.
It's the road, just in just in
less depressing.
Slightly less. Well, no, it's pretty depressing. It's rough.
No, nothing is as depressing as the road.
No, the dog. The dog apparently is your bestest friend. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Anyway,
Trump's dog.
So our new Fallout will be based in Boston. Is my general understanding. So they've there's a bunch of stuff for Fenway, and you can see there's a little city set up in Fenway, which seems neat, a thing, a
tent city kind of.
No, it's
a city.
It's kind of like a Borderlandsy looking city, and they have the Paul Revere statue and the old chapel, and there's lots of Boston-y landmarks. DC is where Fallout 3 takes place, and there is a clip of that. I gotta say, one of the most epic scenes in the whole thing is watching all the people get wiped out by the nuclear blast. So apparently the nuclear bomb landed near Boston.
Yeah.
And then the fucking Fallout mech suit thing is a pretty sweet shot too.
Yeah.
But what is it doing in a mechanic shop? I'm failing to understand
They're building
this.
it, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, as someone who knows nothing about the series, it got my attention.
Yeah. I'm pretty stoked. I went and picked up Fallout 3 the same day that came out. Fortunately, Amazon had a sale for $13.
That was probably
it's their summer sale.
Okay.
And they
But Bethesda had to give its blessing.
Fallout 3 is a frequent sale. It's literally always on sale.
Okay.
Literally always on sale.
Okay.
Just haven't picked it up for no reason at all. So if anybody's got any suggestions for graphical overhaul mods for... I'm playing Fallout on PC because that's where I'm going to play on PC. I'm thinking I'm going to try and do maybe a 2-hour stream. Now that I'm out of the vault and maybe doing some interesting things, I can do a 2-hour stream every Wednesday or something, playing through Fallout 3. We'll see.
We're in the moving process.
We're in the moving process, so yeah. By the end of June... Maybe in July we will start that. We'll see. We'll see.
And I might actually, play some more Assassin's Creed too.
we get our new house keys tomorrow, and so the moving will commence. The plan is to continue at least our weekly podcast. I know we've been slipping on other stuff.
Expect us to look more tired and haggard and
more tired. I didn't think that was possible. I always look more tired. Other gaming news: they're reskinning and HDing up all of the Uncharted series for PS4. I gotta say, I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah.
I never did play the first Uncharted.
Yeah.
I stayed up till 4 o'clock in the morning to finish Uncharted 2, and I loved every single solitary second of that game. It is absolutely fabulous, and I still don't know why the hell I haven't finished Uncharted 3. Just got lost in the ether. Well, I mean, it was one of those end of the console type things, you know, and so it kind of got lost in the PS4 hype for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things, like, it came out well before the PS4 was ever even announced, but, like, I didn't get it until, like, maybe 6 months before I got my PS4.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was finishing other games, and I was busy, and, you know, PC gaming and all that kind of stuff, so. But I'm excited to get the chance to go. This is gonna, if it comes out in time, this will probably be one of my Prime Extra Life things.
Oh yeah.
Like just play through Uncharted.
Yeah.
1 through 4.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
The fourth one doesn't come out to November, so that might not work for me. But Extra Life Game Day is on November 7th this year, so maybe.
Maybe.
And the last bit of news today is more gaming news. You can now pre-order Steam controllers and Steam Link, which is the Valve set-top box that is supposed to stream all your Steam games over to your television.
Yeah, which is a very cool idea.
It's super cool. We've tried some of the in-home streaming, but we've kind of tried it with some really ratted out old like tower PCs that we have hooked up to our television, and they're super bad.
Yeah.
Like even the Ethernet ports are starting to go bad. Like it's not okay.
The battery and the motherboard.
Yeah, the battery and the motherboard is dead. So every time I turn it on,
every time we put it on because it's a battery warning.
It's like, and the
I didn't even know was a thing.
The date is perpetually like 2006. Yes. Like it's a good time. I'm kind of hopeful for a $50 solution, right? Like it's Steam Link is running at $50. The Steam controller is running at $50. The big difference between it and here, I have my Xbox controller. That's what I use for like actiony games, you know. So like Assassin's Creed, we all know what an Xbox controller looks like. So basically, the Steam controller will replace the joysticks here and have big like track pads like you might have on a laptop or something. And I mean, I'm really interested in getting my hands on it. Like I feel like it could be like completely revolutionary or such a learning curve that I never like it. You know, like I've just at this point I like the things I like already, and my mind isn't going to reset that muscle memory to this new thing, and I'm going to hate it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's kind of how it's going to go. I feel like I could love it if it was sooner.
Yeah.
Right.
You've
like,
even had complaints about like going from the PS3 to the PS4 controller.
No, I loved it. I was happier about that actually.
Which one was it? Was it PS2 to PS? I don't know.
Actually,
No, it's the Xbox controller.
I used to hate the Xbox controller, but that was like the Xbox controller. Yeah. Xbox 360 I actually love.
Yeah.
And I think it's mostly because of the joystick resistance. Yeah. The joysticks have a lot more resistance on an Xbox controller than they do on a PS3, and they snap back more. They're more snappy.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what I love about the PS4 controller. Plus, it's a little more meaty, and I got big mitts, as you can see. And so, you know, having a meatier controller that I don't feel like I'm like
you're gonna break.
Going like this to, you know, is important to me. I want to feel like I'm holding on to something, which is like one of the reasons I got rid of my Vita, and now I have a DS. Yeah. It's a matter of comfort at this point.
I wish there was a way, you know, I wish there was a Steam store you could
get. Yeah, no, I do too. Like, I wish I could try it out and before I throw $50 at it. But I mean, that's my hope. I'm hoping to pre-order it. Pre-orders now are apparently getting their equipment on October 16th, which is like 20 or more days before it actually technically is released, which is November 10th.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to actually put my hands on it in that time frame.
Yeah.
And of course, we'll be bringing you a review of how all that equipment works, because I have a obscenely large amount of PC games that I would love to play on my television.
Yeah. Man, amnesia on the TV. Oh no, that's a bad idea.
Oh, well, I think
we can play it together.
We can play it together. No, we can't.
Shitless together.
We're gonna play Alien Isolation together. That's what we're gonna do. I still have to go back and play some more of that. Like, I still have yet to see any aliens. At this point, as far as I know, that game is about like the duality of man.
The alien nature.
The alien is the alien evil nature within our own species.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Well, I think that is all we have for this week. Let us know what you want to hear about next week, and we'll try and cover whatever it is anybody has a desire to hear about, so long as it's not like weird porn stuff or something.
Yeah.
We're a family show, regardless of how many times I say fuck.
Which was a lot this episode.
We talked about Game of Thrones. It's completely justifiable. Fuck and Game of Thrones go together like peanut butter and jelly.
That's true.
On some Wonder Bread. All right. You can let us know what you like. What?
You just throw these things out, and I just don't even know how to respond sometimes.
It's been 12 years. You should have figured it out by now.
You would think I would have.
I'm just keeping it interesting, baby.
There you go.
I love you.
I love you too.
You can let us know through all the normal social media things. You can reach me on Twitter at BearMonk1.
And I'm at Cerebral Lunch.
Of course, a like and a comment is always appreciated here.
Yeah, and a subscribe is even better. Then you can keep up with all our cool stuff.
And we're just going to give up on that stupid hashtag. It never happened anyway. Anyway.
Quit trying to make fetch happen.
Fetch happen?
You don't get that because you're not cool.
I know it's from Mean Girls. Suck it.
I'm surprised.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Be happy.